Hey there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me again today for another card making video. We are making some nice spring floral cards today using the Mixed Florals stamp set. So this is the tulips design, but what I'm actually doing as alongside that is the SU Colour Challenge Facebook challenge for March. So the colours to use this month are blueberry bushel, granny apple green and lemon lime twist. Okay, so we've got those lovely colours to use, so hence this is what we made. So Mixed Florals, beautiful nice big images that we can colour in with a variety of methods, and it has some coordinating dies to go with that. So these ones do all the stamped images, and then we've got this one as well, which cuts out this little doohickey, and then we've got this lovely sort of leaf design here as well. So it's a really nice set to colour with, and I'm going to team that up with the Spring Corners stamp set. So I've used the corners a couple of times. Let me just grab another sample for you, which I should have picked up before I started. This is another sample I did using that background die and one of those other corners, okay, using different colours. So they're really effective, but they've also got some other sentiments in there in this sort of typewriter script, which is really nice too. Okay, and then I've used this sort of sketchy corner and the little spattery thing, which is always good. It's always nice to have these little stamps in a set to add texture and interest to your backgrounds. Okay, so as always, I like to mix it up a bit and not necessarily reproduce exactly the same card, but we're strict with the colours this time, so there's only so much jiggering around we can do. So instead of the blueberry card base and a lime twist layer, we're going to go with granny apple green as the card base and a blueberry bushel layer. The colouring will have to be the same because I'm restricted to the pencils I can use. Okay, and then we'll mix up the stamping a little bit and do some different accents there. Okay, so this is what we're aiming for. So that's the background bit, but we will also need a piece of basic white to stamp on and do our colouring. Okay, so to just change things around, I'm going to use the other flower image. We're going to use our Memento ink. I'm going to colour with watercolour pencils. Okay, just to do something a little different. So there's two assortment sets of watercolour pencils in the annual catalogue. I'm going to say that the blue that I'm using is from the newer set, which I think is actually the revamped version, assortment 1, and I think the other one might also be in there as well, but it'll say in the catalogue exactly which set they're in. So we've got granny apple green, okay, as a colour. We've just got blue, okay, so I'm using this one. There is a balmy blue specifically, but we've just got blue on its own, which I'm going to use as my blueberry bushel colour. Okay, so obviously we're not going for any realism or anything with any of this, so we're just going to do some colouring over the top of this. So let me zoom in a little on this so that you can just sort of see what I'm doing. And really the first step is just to sort of lay down a bit of this pencil. This one's well loved, it would appear. So I'm just applying that along the stems of these larger flowers. You know what, I've gone out the lines and I really don't mind. It's fine. Any bit that's going to be a shade and one side of the leaf, just sort of pick your poison and just do that. And that's all I'm going to do. It's not particularly I wouldn't say that particularly neat. It doesn't have to be. It is watercolour. I might just pop just a little in the centres as well, just because I saw that they were there and I thought, oh, probably need to do something with these smaller flowers, because I can't introduce another colour, and I don't really want to leave them white. I'm just going to pop a little bit of the pencil around the centre there, which will add some colour but not be as intense. Okay, and you'll see that on the sample there. Okay, and then petals wise, similar thing really. We're gonna pop in some colour where there'd be sort of shade, if you like, or on one side of the petals that sort of fits in. Maybe a little more around here as well, where it would be a little bit more intense. Same with this one. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Doesn't look like much at all until you add the magic of blender pens. Okay, I have no idea what's in this stuff, but nonetheless they are magical. Blender pens, acid free, xylene free, so that means that you can use them in scrapbooking, I believe, as well, because that means that stuff won't fade your photos. So we're just gonna wipe over the coloured section and blend it into the non-coloured section. On smaller parts it probably looks a little flat with not a lot of shading, but on larger sections you'll really notice how that sort of blends out. Okay, now I just have one of these per colour family. I just use the same green one and I just sort of wipe it clean. Either just on the back of my hand, or I'm going to die cut this out as well. So you don't want to overwork the paper though. This is a wet medium and sort of like a damp brush. So if you go over it too much, you will start to peel your cardstock, and this is just basic white cardstock, not watercolor cardstock. Okay, so you just need to go easy with it. So these little flowers, I'm just going round the middle and out to the edge, and again you don't want to overdo that, otherwise you'll get this a pilling effect. Okay, so we'll just do those ones quick, and some will be darker than others, and that's fine. Variation in nature. And again we'll just wipe out into the other half of the petal as we go. Oops, I find it easier to twist the paper around so that I can work from left to right. You do what you can do to make that easier for you. So just running that up and down out towards the non-coloured portion of the petal. Okay, so I think on these larger petals, I think you can see that there's definitely a gradient in that colour as we go across. So again, you want to try and avoid working it too hard. Okay. Just, it's very, very relaxing doing this. And then this last little bit up here. Okay, so there we have our coloured leaves, and I think you can definitely see how those ones in particular have sort of faded out a little bit. You can always go back in and add some depth into places if you want to. Just go easy if you want to blend it again, because you don't want to overwork any of those areas. Or you can just colour over the top and not add any more of the blender as well. Okay, if you just want to go over any portions, you can do that, just as you would with other colour medium. Okay, so that's very, very simple. Very, very simple indeed. Those are going to roll everywhere. Let's put them over there out of the way. And we can grab our coordinating die. And a little bit of tape, and we can just line that up and get that die cut so that it's ready to pop onto our card. Okay, so we'll just put a bit down there and a bit down there, and we'll just run that through. So we're using different colourway this time round. Sorry, different combination of the same three colours. So look at that, beautifully die cut. Okay, and we'll be popping that onto some dimensionals and to lift it from the background. So we'll just pop those on already. Okay, don't need to go to town with these, and I'm going to put one in the middle. Okay, that should be plenty to secure that. They're really strong. Okay, our panel here needs a little bit of stamping on it, so we are going to use something called an alternative to these. Now I'm still going to use lemon lime twist, I think, for the little speckly dots and things, but I think we'll put the accents in with the blueberry bushel just to bring that out a little bit more. So this is that little sort of sketched line sort of image, if you like. So we'll just ink that up, and it will be these opposing corners that we'll see when we assemble the card, although the flowers are a different orientation on this, aren't they? Let me just check that. Yes, it will still be those. I kind of forgot about that, so let's just make sure. Ooh, almost dropped that. So let's put these two in. Okay, it's a really nice colour, blueberry bushel, really, really nice. Mid-tone sort of blue. We'll pop in our little bits of speckle with the lemon lime twist. So we haven't got the lemon lime in there just yet, so there's our lemon lime. Just to sort of fill out that corner a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this down using some seal. Give that a nice press. Bring in the card base and the actual floral. And I think actually we're going to end up moving our sentiment from the corner down the page, because that corner is actually going to end up quite occupied with the top of that flower. We don't have to put it up straight, we can do it, and I think the sentiment would look cute down in the corner with everything else. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, I forgot I'm still zoomed out, I'm so sorry. There we go. So just show you that again. So I think that might be the better option for this, and we'll do the blueberry bushel, I think, just to make it bounce a little bit. Might put in a bit more speckle. Okay, so we'll pop this down here. It's cute. Yeah, we'll bring some speckle in a little bit more. And sort of extend that corner a little bit. There we go. Cute. And that makes more of a feature of the lemon lime twist as well. Cool. Okay. Right, all we need to do now is put that together. So we'll pop our panel down with our seal adhesive. And just pop that in there. The other thing I need to do is stamp the inside, which we will do with the Granny Apple Green ink. Where did I put my big stamp? Where's that gone? There it is. Got it. Found it. Don't panic. Stop looking. So we'll do a bit of tone on tone. Like that, just to bring that into the middle of the card as well, so that you've got that pattern, or that design I should say, coming through. And then we'll just remove these dimensionals. And pop those on. And it's nice when things sort of go outside the border, so I like this going outside the border on the left, and it's right within those corners, sort of diagonally top to bottom. I think that looks cute. Okay, so the other way you could add some colour if you wanted to bring in some of the lemon lime twist without having a coordinating pen is just by picking up some ink onto a block as well, and using one of the blender brushes or a damp paint brush to pick that up. So if you wanted to introduce that in another way, you could. Okay, so that's the two cards for today, using those three colours. So just to remind you, we were using blueberry bushel, Granny Apple Green and Lemon Lime Twist to make these cards today, and we've used exactly the same stamp sets and the same colouring medium, but we've ended up with something completely different. So it's quite interesting how you can, when you're pushed to limit how much you can use, how much creativity you can get from the same materials. Okay, so I hope that's been useful. Links are in the description, of course, so they go straight to my online store, my Stampin' Up store, and you can just get everything ordered into your basket. Today's Tuesday as well, which means we've got some new online exclusives. I think this is one of them, yeah, you know, as it happens. Because we get to order things early, you kind of lose track, but I do believe that these are online exclusives. Okay, so check out that little banner as well. So if you hop along, in fact this will take you to it as well, but if you go onto the main menu, there's a whole section for online exclusives, so there'll be a lot of extra bits and pieces in there. There's some nice textured stamps and bits and bobs as well. Just looking up in my thing, we've got a great new set of punches that goes with a tag set as well. These little mini punches, love these. There's a 1/8 hole punch, yes, and I've shown you the ribbon slot in other videos as a bit of a sneak peek, so they're cute. So do have a mooch. Right, that's it from me. I'll stop rambling. Stay safe, take care. Thank you all for your support, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.